Okay, so Meg, what's the documentary about?
My Way Home is a documentary about a young American girl who's trying to reconnect with her past. She was actually born in Laos, but her family came to the United States when she was 3 years old. So as she kind of got older, she had this desire to make films about her culture, but she didn't really know a lot about it. And so she started this sort of discovery, and we were very, very lucky to be able to go on that journey with her. And she's a filmmaker herself, of course.
Okay.
So she was a huge part in the off-camera stuff, as well as being the subject of the film.
That's what I was going to ask. I didn't know if she had some sort of background in film as well. Okay.
Yeah, she actually graduated, I think, a year ago with her degree in film production from UW Milwaukee, and is a brilliant filmmaker. Actually, some of the work some of the 16 millimeter film that you see actually in My Way Home is her work.
Okay.
And it's just gorgeous, and she's so talented, and yeah.
So what's your role in the movie?
I was a producer as well as the researcher.
Okay.
So I did, we actually filmed in Laos quite a bit. We were there for a few weeks, so I helped plan that trip along with Center for International Education at UWM, and I did a lot of just the background kind of researching the Secret War and getting all of the archival pieces together, and just general troubleshooting as well as all of the fun stuff going out on shoots. And
so how long were you there?
we were in Laos for I think 2.5, almost 3 weeks.
Okay.
And it was sort of exciting because the journey that you see on film is the exact journey as it really happened. Because it was sort of interesting, her aunt that she goes to see, hopefully I'm not getting too many spoilers, lives in a very remote village. Very remote. Mm-hmm. And there was quite a bit of trouble getting a hold of her. So throughout the film there's sort of this tension where you don't know if Dow's going to be able to meet up with her aunt, and we didn't know if we would be able to see her, and to come all that way and be so close was really, really stressful.
Yeah.
But it ended up being okay, and yeah, so you'll see her like calling on her cell phone, and Joe, the director, and me were off of camera, just aiming the camera at Dow basically,
right.
And just sort of like biting our nails, hoping for the best, but we'll see what happens.
And the synopsis says something with her dad as well.
Yeah, her dad is a big part of the film. When we started doing the filming, Dow was really just looking for answers about her past and about some of the things in her heritage, and she would go to her dad, and she would be like, so, Dad, what happened with this, or why did we come here, or what was our life like back in Laos? And Dad was just sort of reluctant to talk about any of that. So throughout the film, too, you get to see as their relationship kind of progresses, and yeah, he was a lot of fun to work with. So he was really, really cool.
What other projects have you guys all worked together? Because it's 4 filmmakers, right?
Yes, there's 4 filmmakers. Jessica Meyer, who's an incredible editor. I don't know how she looked at all our footage, or...
Do you know how many hours of footage there was?
I want to say it's near 200.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were in production for about 2 years, and she did just a phenomenal job doing all that. Joe Sacco was the director. He was a grad student at the time, and he's living in Japan now.
Oh.
So he's doing big things, and was a real treat. And Dow, of course, she moved to California. Now she's back in Wisconsin. She'll be actually at the screening for you to meet.
Nice.
And then there was me. I was the youngest person on this. Well, not the youngest, but like in terms of school, I was a junior, and I think everybody else was a senior when we started. So, this was the first project that we all sort of came together on. I had worked with Joe on a previous film called Chosen Towns, and yeah, we spend that much time.
You are all friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's kind of fun, we don't see each other as much now, but anytime I run into Jesse in the office, or, like I'll Facebook with Joe or Skype with Joe, Strobel, and I'm really excited that everybody's going to be here, except for Joe.
Right.
Love you, Joe. Yes.
So, what's up next for you?
What's up next for
Yeah.
me,
Mhm.
personally?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a college graduate,
Okay.
and I really love documentary. I'm especially interested in environmental and science documentary.
Okay.
So I'd really love to get something going with that. At the moment, I'm doing some still photography, trying to explore that, and just sort of, testing the waters. And I also love grant writing, so
Okay.
that helps as a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm. Does.
Just, I don't have any big projects on the way, but lots of little
That's
fun
good.
things in the works.
Are there any other movies that you're interested to see at the
Oh my
Milwaukee
gosh.
Film Festival? There's probably a handful.
Yes. Actually, I just went today and went through all the schedule and went through my schedule and I set it all up. So I'm going to see Metropolis with the Aloe.
I'm going to that too.
Cannot even wait
Yeah.
to see. There's the new footage. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I'm going to see all of the Midnight Madness shows. I love the Candy B movies.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to see.
The Troll 2 is going to be good.
Oh yeah, Troll 2, and then
The documentary
the
about it.
Best
Yeah,
Worst
the Best
Movie.
Worst movie. Yeah, it's
Yes,
going to be
I
great.
can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just so many, and there's a lot of great documentaries that are going to be in there. So it's just going to be basically a week of me sleeping, going to my real job, and then watching a bunch of movies.
Woohoo! So, I'm sorry, I'm coming back to the movie now, but what surprised you the most while you were making the movie? I know that's kind of maybe a weird question, but maybe while you were out there, were there different turns that you were surprised the movie took, or that the real life documentary took, or whatever? But
Yeah. Well, I think. Just a minute here.
I know that's why I didn't send you questions ahead of time, so I'm sorry.
Uh,
This will be edited out. Don't worry.
no, just leave it in. It's good.
It's good.
No, I think one of the most interesting and exciting things about documentary, and probably one of the reasons I love it so much, is because you really get out in the field and you never know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that was really challenging about this film, for me, was that I don't speak the language that the bulk of the footage was shot in. And so Dal, of course, did, and she was phenomenal, because you're sitting there and you're rolling, and you've got your camera up, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is looking really tense. I wonder what they're talking about. And you're kind of, just looking back and forth, and then you would turn the camera off, and you'd be like, Dal, what were you guys talking about? And she'd be like, oh, I think we're going to have ham sandwiches. Oh. But then other times,
I never even thought of that. That's supposed you didn't even know what they were saying.
a lot of the times we didn't, and that was really curious too. But then, of course, you have those other moments where you're filming and you're really paying close attention, and then you just look to Dal and you'd be like, "Do we get it?" And she's like, "Yeah, we got it." So, and then of course it was the sort of indecisiveness while you were there, and then you shipped everything up to the translator, and then the translator came back with all of your stuff, and you would just go and read through the transcripts, and that was always so huge. As soon as those came in, everybody was glued to their little MacBooks.
That's cool.
It was very fun.
Okay, and when are the showings and where?
We're going to be playing on October 2nd at the North Shore Cinema. I believe it's at 5 p.m. Check your film festival guide. And then at 3 p.m. on October 3rd, which is Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
So yeah, it's Orient premiere. We're all excited.